You weren't created to remain who you were yesterday. Growth isn't optional, it's part of the design. If you stay the same, you slowly fall behind the version of yourself you're meant to be. We aren't created to stay closed minded and not learn, develop, and grow and change, take on change, adapt, and things like that. Everything in life evolves, the seasons change, the mind grows, the soul stretches. Resisting change doesn't protect you, it traps you. Who you were was necessary, but who you're becoming is essential. Who you were in the past was necessary. You did have to go through those things. You did have to be that person. You did have to embody all those things that you went through in your life, whatever the case may be. It's different for everybody, of course, because we all have different stories and different journeys and different paths. But it was necessary, but that doesn't define who you are. It's not a. It's not your endpoint. That's what your. That's literally just where your story began. That was just a small chapter in this big book that we call life. This big book that we have to navigate through, have to find our way through. Cause there's really things that I went through and things that I took on and habits that I took on that were necessary for me to get to this point, for me to become this person that I am growing into and slowly becoming over time. But the person that you are becoming is essential. It's what's needed. You needed to go through all those things so you could get to this point. Trying to fight back change doesn't protect you in any sort at all. You sit there trying to force yourself in uncomfortable situations where you are forced to grow and you're forced to adapt and be open minded. If you're resisting it, it's just gonna trap you. You're gonna stay stagnant. You're not gonna move nowhere in life. And I feel like that's what a lot of us are low key scared of, is really actually being in those uncomfortable situations and having to change who we are. Not even entirely, just the smallest bit. Changing who we are so we can take on and embody whatever it is that whatever task it is that is in front of us. Comfort feels safe, but it quietly limits you. The moment you feel too settled is often the moment growth is calling. Evolution starts where comfort ends. I feel like I've been getting very stagnant lately with myself, and I feel like I just been getting too comfortable um, being on my social media so much, being on my Snapchat, my Instagram, my TikTok so much, whatever the case may be for me. That's what I've been feeling like low key, which is why I had to deactivate my shit and try and take a step back from social media because I be I'm not so what's the word, like dependent and things like that when it comes to like not dependent on social media. I feel like I be sitting there getting caught up in other people's lives low key and catch myself like comparing, which is where we end up getting insecure and things like that. So I feel like I've been like very deep in my head lately, deep in my thoughts. Like, damn, am I doing the right things? Am I taking the right steps? Starting to second guess myself and things like that, which is why I feel like I had to take a step back from the social media so I could regather my focus, gather myself back together, and refocus back on the big picture, refocus back on the main image for me. And I had to step away from social media to do that. And I feel like I was sitting there looking, hold on to social media, just trying to sit there and make an excuse for myself, talking about, oh, I'm using it just for like promoting purposes, pretty much trying to like re-promote the YouTube and all that, boom on there, which is cool, that's good, that's fine, that's great. But it don't even matter. Whatever your message is, it's gonna reach the right people no matter what. If it's meant to, whatever your message is gonna get out there no matter what. No matter whatever platform you do put out on, it's gonna end up reaching the people that it's meant to reach. Gonna end up touching the people it's meant to touch. So we just gonna stick to the plan and just keep on uploading and whatnot. It's gonna touch wherever it needs to get to. Wherever it does get to, I hope it helps you in any way, shape, or form. Um, yeah, I feel like that's the main thing that I feel like I've been like really getting too comfortable with, is just my social media. You got to be able to draw back and pull your presence away whenever it is needed. You don't have to be so heavily involved on social media and everything to actually feel like you are doing something and making a difference. You can't carry old habits into a new season. Some mindsets must be unlearned. Some patterns must be broken. Some versions of yourself must be left behind. Not because they were wrong, but because they've done their job. Mindset is the thing that you have had in the past and whatnot. It did get you through whatever it had to get you through in that moment. But you carrying that mindset into this new season where you're a completely new person in a completely new environment it's not gonna bring you much. You're not gonna benefit much from carrying that same mindset and carrying those same patterns into this new season. So some versions of yourself must be left behind. There are obviously some pros and some cons that we all have. Some things that we can work on and can better, and some things that is a good habit to have around. Like it's good to have a good work ethic, and it's good to be vocal and good at communication and things like that. But we all do have bad habits that we all kind of cling to at times, which we feel like is our safe space and our comfort zone, whatever the case may be. And those are the things that we kind of have to unlearn and break sometimes and leave behind. Like for me, um, I feel like at times I be sitting there clinging myself to motherfuckers, but I be clinging myself to the wrong people because I be sitting there trying to find and search for love, whatever the case may be, and I look in all the wrong places. So that's something that I gotta unlearn. I gotta be more dependent on myself when it comes to a lot of things. I feel like, but for other people, people cling to the bottles, cling to the club, cling to the marijuana, whatever the case may be. You have to unlearn those things so you can move forward and keep on growing in whatever it is that you need to. So you don't evolve overnight. You evolve through small decisions made consistently. You have to consistently tell yourself, put that blunt down, put the bottle down. We're not going to the club tonight. We're gonna stay inside. We're gonna read a little book. We're gonna elevate ourselves. Choosing discipline over excuses, reflection over reaction, and purpose over convenience. Every day you vote for the person you're becoming. You have to take all those small actions and those small steps so you can get one step closer to your dream, your goals, and your aspirations, whatever they may be. But you have to sit there and choose and make those small decisions daily, consistently, and you can't make excuses for it. You have to be disciplined. You have to reflect on whatever it is instead of having a upset and angry reaction off what it may be. And there has to be a purpose behind it. It can't just be when it's convenient for you. You have to have a purpose and have some intention behind whatever you are trying to do, whatever step it is that you are trying to accomplish for yourself. So you're not meant to stay the same. You're meant to expand. You're meant to grow. You're meant to rise. You're meant to um, soak in information and gain more knowledge, gain more wisdom. Honor the process. Keep evolving. Be thankful for all the wisdom and everything that you are able to take in. Because that's how we are. That's how everything in the world that God has created is. We all adapt. Humans, animals, whatever it may be, we all adapt to our environments. There's animals that were literally alive during a prehistoric period that all adapt and kept on changing, kept on growing and adapting to their environment so they still can live and flourish or whatever it may be. Like when I was in my advanced biology class, shout out to Miss Morales. We was sitting there going over whatever it was, whatever lesson was, but we're sitting there talking about the animals and everything, how they evolved from um whatever they once were to what they currently are now and what their ancestors are basically. And then I believe it was one of the whales, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was in the whale. The whale still has hind leg bones. Um, if I'm not mistaken, whale hind leg bones. A whale still has back leg bones from when they were um walking around and everything on land, but the the process of it being developed cuts off in one of the early stages, so it doesn't actually fully develop or anything like that. But it has the full structure and everything there within it. So it's like you're gonna grow, you're gonna develop, you're gonna move on past things, but it's still gonna be a part of you. It's still gonna be there. It's up to you whether you acknowledge it or not. Because obviously, whales don't use their hind legs, they don't have hind legs. But what I was just getting at with that, bro, is pretty much we just adapt and we keep on changing no matter what, no matter how long it may be, whatever the time period may be. We all adapt to our environments to be better fit because it is survival of the fittest. So you have to keep on adapting so you can keep on evolving and keep on leveling up and keep on growing in life, moving from one chapter to the next. I love you. God loves you more. Stay consistent, stay disciplined, stay focused, stay purpose driven. Um, don't try and stay so tunnel vision, but still stay locked in whatever you are trying to accomplish, whatever goals it may be. Hope you have a great day, great night, whatever the case may be for you whenever you are watching this. And be intentional. Be intentional, trying to learn something new, take on something new. Even if you aren't in an environment where you really can learn something new, try and look something up and just gain some knowledge on something, no matter what it may be. You don't got to be something crazy, something major. You could start picking up more knowledge on all the small things and they'll start adding up over time. So do it for yourself, do it for your future self.